So remember the full swiftness build, Reaper build that I made, and you guys made sure to let me know that this guy is the original like creator of it and the mastermind behind it and the reason it got popular. And his name is Bongyoung. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And I did indeed check his channel back then. And the first thing that came into my mind is, why is this guy playing Lost Ark? He's the one handsome modded trucker. He should be modeling. Like, when I think of Lost Ark, especially a Lost Ark player, I would imagine Asmongold, not this guy.
that I hadn't showered in a month.
So, that's the first thing that shocked me. And he does indeed play Full Swiftness Reaper. And I've been following him ever since, and yesterday he uploaded a video of mass increase build, and it's quite interesting because the first thing that I thought in my head is, isn't this a bad idea because you're giving up crit and you don't have anything else to compensate it? And I did the testing and they were actually surprising. It's actually a available build. It's not a troll build. And to explain it to you simply, first I'm not gonna like make you watch the whole video. If you want to watch his video about it, I'm gonna leave it in the description. You can check it. But in conclusion, he basically sacrificed 10% crit for 8.7% damage increase. And yes, logically, this trade-off sounds bad. However, he did mention that it's for higher ceiling purposes because this build would give you higher ceilings and lower ceiling as well. So you can do higher damage than the adrenaline build and you can also do less damage. While the adrenaline build is more consistent. And this build is better played with synergy, obviously, since if you're playing alone, you're going to kind of tilt sometimes. And I did 10 runs each for both builds, and here are my results. First, I don't have the strongest character since I just finished Relic set this week because I had to buy a bus for my Reaper every week to get the Relic set. So for the mass increase build, I did 10 runs. The best run was 3.83 million damage per second. The worst one was 2.9, and the average of all the runs was 3.42. And for adrenaline, it was 3.77 for the best run, 3.33 for the worst one, and average 3.49. So you can already tell differences between both builds from just my testings, basically. Higher ceilings and more damage, but you can sometimes do damage of 4 by 3 basically. So is it good for our version? Because Bongyoung plays in Korean server, and we don't have the same stuff, obviously. And the short answer is, if you want to play it on a weak character, then don't. The reason I say don't is because I did the testing on a 1460 on level 7 gems, and I did the testing again on level 10 gems, and the mass increase had better results, which means on a good character, you can make use of mass increase. And you might say, well, in his case, he can afford adrenaline level 1, but we can't. I did testing on Lost Cliff. So that's another warning. If you like have Light of Salvation awakened, then I would advise you to play Adrenaline. So if you have Lost Cliff and your character is high level gems, you can play Mass Increase. And you would actually have more crit rate than Bongyoung. I hope I'm saying his name correctly because if I'm not, then I'm sorry. So as I said, you have more crit rate because we're using Lost Cliff, so 70% crit. So we have 2% more crit than him. And if you add a synergy to that, this build will actually become viable. And I know one of the questions would be, can you do it for budget reasons? Sadly, no. If you want to do it for min-maxing, fine. Because as I mentioned, when you go budget, you probably don't have high-level gems, you don't have a good character, so you're not gonna make use of a min-max engraving. Like now, one of the questions would be, does it affect your rotation or the attack speed and stuff like that? He already does mention that it doesn't, and yes, like I think this is obvious since you max the attack speed and the movement speed basically by just entering chaos mode. You don't even need the yearning set, and when you have the yearning set, you basically play without mass increase penalty. And now I'm gonna leave you with 4 DPS tests Mass increase with level 7 gems, and with level 10, and adrenaline with level 7 and level 10. So see ya for now and enjoy.